So the video I just uploaded, literally proving what's about to be shared with you right now. So if you take the time to watch the entire video that I uploaded to Rumble and YouTube, which I'm sure will be taken down, you will learn the problem with this that I'm about to show you.
You know how I told you I was paying these pages to post my stuff? I thought it was a no-brainer, made 6 figures. I was like, yo, why don't I have people pay me and I post their stuff? We always talk about real estate dirt in the ground, but we never talk about digital real estate online. So now instead of me going to these pages to pay them, now pages of people are coming to me to pay my page. I own several pages people don't even know. You paying me 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. It costs me nothing to load up this little rectangular device, go here, go to Instagram, and press this blue post button. It costs me nothing. But guess what? You're going to pay me everything because I have influence. When I have influence, if I could blow up your brand, you're going to pay that bread. Right. And, yo, since I started doing that, I'm talking about 5 figures per month, 100% profits just for pressing posts on your phone.
Damn.
You out here doing it, man. They're real game. You know how I told you I was paying these pages to post my stuff? I thought it was a no-brainer, made 6 figures. I was like, yo, why don't I have people pay me and I post their stuff? We always talk about real estate dirt in the ground, but we never talk about digital real estate online. So now instead of me going to these pages to pay them, now pages of people are coming to me to pay my page. I own several pages people don't even know.
A virtual version of her as a kind of a boyfriend and a girlfriend as a service for $1 a minute, and people will be able to sell their, avatar souls to basically interact with other people in their voice and their likeness, etc.
It's as if no one ever actually watched The Little Mermaid. The thing to say is that this is the year that photographic and video evidence ceases to work, right? And our institutions have not caught up to that yet, right? This is the year you do not know when you talk to someone if you're actually talking to them, even if you have video, even if you have audio. And so any of the banks that will be like, sure, I'll let you get around your code. I know you forgot it because I've talked to you. I know your voice sounds like I'm video chatting with you. That doesn't work anymore in the post-AI world.
So democracy runs on language. Our society runs on language. Law is language. Code is language. Religions are language. We did an op-ed in the New York Times with Yuval Harari, the author of Sapiens. We really tried to underscore this point that if you can hack language, you've hacked the operating system of humanity. And one example of this, actually another person who goes to Summit, who's a friend of mine, Tobias, read that op-ed in the New York Times about you could actually just mess with people's language. He said, well, could you ask GPT-4 convincingly explain biblical events in the context of current events? Now you can actually take any religion you want and say, I want you to scan everywhere across the religion and use that to justify here's these other things that are happening in the world. And what this amounts to is the total decoding and synthesizing of reality and relationships, right? You can virtualize the languages that make us human. And so Yuval has said, what nukes are to the physical world, AI is to the virtual and symbolic world.
Just to put a line on that, Yuval also points out when we were having a conversation with him, he's like, when was the last time that a non-human entity was able to create large-scale influential narratives? He's like, the last time was religion. We are just entering into a world where non-human entities can create large-scale belief systems that human beings are deeply influenced by. And that's what I think he means here too, what nukes are to the physical world, AI is to the virtual and symbolic world. More prosaically, I think we can make a pretty clear prediction that 2024 will be the last human election. And what we don't mean is that there's going to be like an AI overlord, like robot kind of thing running, although maybe, who knows. But what we mean is that already, like campaigns since 2008 use A/B testing to find the perfect messages to resonate with.
Campaigns already since 2008 we're using what?
With voters. But I think the prediction we can make is that between now and the time of 2028, the kind of content that human beings make will just be greatly overpowered in terms of efficacy of the content, both images and text, that AI can create and then A/B test. It's just going to be way more effective. And that's what we mean when we say that 2024 will be like the last human-run election.
So one of the things that's so profound about, again, these Golem class AIs is that they gain emergent capabilities that the people who are writing their code could not have even predicted. So they just pump them with more data, and out pops a new capability. So here you have, pumping them with more parameters, and here's a test like, can it do arithmetic, or can it answer questions in Persian on the right-hand side? And you scale up the number of parameters. Notice it doesn't get better, and then suddenly, boom, it knows how to answer questions in Persian. And the engineers are doing that. They don't know that that's what it's going to be able to do. They can't anticipate which new capabilities it will have. So how can you govern something when you don't know what capabilities it will have? How can you create a governance framework, a steering wheel, when you don't even know what it's going to be able to do, right?
How could you even be thinking about politics when this is taking place? How could you even be not wanting to inform people about this taking place before you go to vote for anybody? Let that sink in.
Now talking to people who like you, people who don't like you, yet you're respectful.
Yet nobody's talking about what I just showed you. But at the very same time, what does he talk about?
A guy like that, I think they'd be a good candidate for him. How much, Joe, have you looked at, Larry Fink, Soros, State Street, Vanguard, BlackRock? How much have you looked at what they're doing and what their ties are?
I've looked at it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're pretty much running everything.
Yeah.
S&P 500, the number that 88% of the companies on S&P 500, 88% of them, the largest shareholder of those companies is either State Street, BlackRock, or Vanguard. 88.
So if we know that they own all these things, we must know about what I just showed you. Wouldn't that make sense?
Using a private group chat to plot their conspiracy against the Tate brothers, upon information and belief at the heart of the conspiracy was the motive to defraud Andrew Tate of 200,000 euros. On April 10th, 2000.
The embassy want me to come back, but I have a headache. That was the one we'd use. He'd be like, I just sent you $1 million. You promised you were going to come. You said you had to delay. Now you're saying you have a headache and you won't go to your appointment. To make him mad on purpose, because that would annoy any man. And then, that's what we needed. We need the little trigger. We go, why are you being aggressive? I'm not being aggressive, but you're not serious, da-da-da. And then we'd say, but you know what? I really like you, and I'm flying to the other side of the world by myself, and now you're being aggressive, and now I'm intimidated. And we'd flip it on him, saying, well, now you're being scary. No, I'm not being scary, but it's your appointment. You're supposed to go, yeah, but I feel sick, and you don't even care. Female, and flip it on him. And he'd get furious, because we were really good at poking him. To the point where he'd go, like, you're a
You're playing both sides. That's fucking correct. And everybody's falling for it. Because you gotta sell. That's all it is about, is selling. You think these motherfuckers care about you. It's amazing. Let me tell you something about real bad motherfuckers. Real kings. Real legends. You want to know something about a real legend? A real legend. A real good character doesn't need security. A real legend does not need security when he walks the streets. He doesn't need security. He has nobody to fear. Isn't that amazing? And I could prove it to you. It's real simple. It's real simple logic. And it's somebody who understands something deeply. Mike Tyson. He understands a lot of things in this world.
Floyd talking about Muhammad Ali. He's very delusional. He can't listen. If he was anywhere near that realm of Great Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. Okay, he can't take his kids to school by himself. And he talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He can't take his kids alone to school by himself. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
We're waiting to see that fight, though. We know you're going to get it in for sure. That's what I'm talking about. Iron Mike in the house. Iron Mike in the house. I've always wanted to meet him. That's the man of the hour. Love Mike.
That's a real people's champion.
I've been there. I'm not saying I've been in jail. I'm a hardcore. No, because there's a bunch of homosexuals, a bunch of weak people in jail. And the reason why people go to jail because they don't have their shit in check, and they're not. They can't manage their life. So that don't mean you're a bad guy because you're in jail. It means you're pretty much a dysfunctional, weak individual and can't manage your life outside in the world. So that don't mean you're a tough guy. It's easy for somebody to shank somebody or beat up people if you're 10 or 12 guys or something. But I'm talking about man for man, bravo for bravo. I can stand up with any man. Red blood, blue blood, whoever they are. Listen, I'm not scared of these guys. These guys think they intimidate me, and they think that I think that they're scared. Oh well, if they're scared, that's all I know. I'm gonna bring the pain to them, and that's all it is. Then we go see how tough you are. Tough guy. I like tough guys. All the time in prison, I always ran these guys. They were tough. When they was in, they ain't tough. When they get confronted, they ain't tough. When I bring that pain to them, they ain't tough. They ain't never. They think they know they've been around crazy niggas. Oh no. They don't know one. They don't know crazy nigga. No, they really don't. People are opportunists. They look for a chance for you to fall, but they stay close to you as they're your friend while you're in power. But as soon as the opportunity comes, and they may help the opportunity by putting somebody, by planting somebody in your situation, and as soon as the time comes where you're down and out, that's when everybody stick their fork in your neck and in your back. But then one day, if you're strong and you overcome your adversity, then it's going to be their turn. But let's see how well they handle it. I don't think that the people that can handle it as well as I handle it, they're not as tough as they think they are. Everyone thinks they're a tough guy, they're a big shot, but they're not, deep down inside. If you strip them down for what they truly are, they're cowards. Because they manipulate and they misuse people. And only cowards do that because they're insecure themselves and their own manhood. I talk to the smallest, wimpiest guy in the world the same way I talk to the biggest, baddest motherfucker.
This man's great. I don't know what happened if he hit.
You know, I don't believe that because the champ is very modest, you know what I mean? I seen him in the ring with killers. I seen him in there with killers, like Foreman, Shaver, guys much harder than I. And, you know, he takes these guys' greatest punches, and that's what made him such a champion. I mean, even though I heard him say he didn't believe, he must have believed it, because that's why, from watching Ali, gave me the great deal of confidence and deep down in the belief there's no man in this planet that could beat me. He used to take his character and use it to reflect against his opponents, and he made them believe that he was invincible. So, that's my great inspiration.
So, two things here.
I'll give you solitary.
It's the mark of a psychopath. They have no empathy. It's actually quite clever. It's very psychopathic. Textbook psychopath in that he's highly winsome and able to influence, and he's got that power, but he has zero empathy.
About men being so constantly lonely. We got to the point where we had these guys falling in love with my models. Serious, big time in love, right? Sending crazy money. And they were convinced they were going to meet the chick. This is almost where I kind of felt bad about how important it is to build yourself into a high value man. Because they were like, can we meet? I've sent you $200,000. Can we meet? Can we meet? Can we meet? But how money alone is not enough.
What was the most that one person sent to a model? Total.
Million?
Wow.
About a mil in about a year?
You don't feel bad at all.
Why the would I care?
I don't feel bad either.
So, thank you. I explain all these things. A lot of these are lessons from the webcam days. I saw dudes who had a whole bunch of money, no other attributes, and they ended up on these websites spending hundreds of thousands of dollars because they didn't have anything else.
Just like Andrew Tate was unbelievable.
So he knew from the old webcam days and how all the things were shifting and changing and how to grab the attention and how to use psychology. Reverse psychology. I'm going to point out one last thing that everybody seems to miss here. We need to start examining something here. Let's see.
Say that an online company, which is based out of Dubai, and you're making money online, and the money is banked in Dubai. You don't owe the UK a fucking thing. And that's what's so amazing to me, that you go around a city with perfectly clean streets, perfect law, all these bright lights, and all this beauty, and 0% taxes. Say you had an online company, which is...
So an online company which is based out of Dubai. You have perfect law. Now let's look at the comments before I even play this. I lived and worked in Dubai for 7 years. Everything you say is 100% correct, and thank you for having the courage to share the truth. Dubai tries so hard to whitewash their image, which is why it's so important to have real people tell stories about what's really going on there under their glittering facade. Don't give up your passport to anyone. Thanks.
And some of them, they were doing this for 10, 20 years. And so Pakistan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Philippines a lot, Egypt, different countries in Africa as well. And basically all my co-workers, they were earning less than me because I was kind of a supervisor and I had a private room while they had a shared room, and they were also earning less than me. But they will take all this money, let's say $300 per month, and they will send them back to their family in the Philippines, in Vietnam, in Cambodia, in India, in Sri Lanka. So all my teammates basically...
So let's ask ourselves, this rich country that has all these brilliant, clean things, $300 per month? How is that possible?
They were not leaving. They were just working, taking the money and sending back home. And some of them, they were doing this for 10, 20 years. And so I kept going for a few months, but at some point, I really had it enough and I broke down. I was really devastated, mentally, physically. I was completely exhausted. And you're probably wondering, Gabi, why don't you just quit, take your passport and go back to Italy? And yes, that's true. I will think the same way right now. But you have to understand that back then I was very weak mentally. My mental health was terrible. My self-esteem was terrible. I was very manipulated by the management. I was also very brainwashed, and they would make me feel guilty that I was responsible. I was a supervisor. I was a role model. People were looking up to me. I have to give a good example, and I was believing all those things. It's crazy, to be honest. And my mental health was getting worse and worse and worse. So I decided to stay. I stayed for 6 more months. I almost completed the year, and around the year mark, which is the time that I supposed to get the holiday, I was ready to get my passport back, go on vacation in Italy, and then come back to work in Dubai. And within myself, I thought maybe this is a great opportunity to get my passport, just leave for vacation and then don't come back anymore. And actually so many people do like this. I went to ask for my passport to go on holiday, and here is the crazy thing, because they sit me down and they put a paper in front of me, the HR department, and the HR manager told me, the policy here is like this. I can give you your passport, you can go on vacation, but in order to give you your passport, 2 of your co-workers, they have to sign, and they will be responsible for your passport. So if you don't come back and you don't bring me back the passport, they will be in trouble and they will be responsible for it. So do you see how they structure it? So it's not only about you, but they also make other people responsible. And I had my manager and my co-worker to sign this paper. It's mandatory that they have to sign this paper if you...
So the perfect laws. Isn't that interesting? It's so interesting how these people just can't seem to see this.
The number of veterans in this country, I mean, it's got to be more than 1 million. There are so many people in this country that really understand violence, and they're not the ones calling for violence. They're not the bunch of Nazi people. Right. The people that really understand violence, that have seen violence, that have committed violence for their country.
They don't need security to walk around. They don't need to pay somebody else to make sure they're protected.
Those are the motherfuckers that you break glass in case of war. You need them. And people don't understand that. These people running around calling for violence, calling for a revolution. You are going to open a door that you can never close. And when those fucking soldiers come pouring out that door, they want to defend what they think is an attack on their freedoms and their country. You're fucked.
Here's another thing I'll point out.
Might make you mad, but I'm gonna tell you the truth anyway. When you're poor, you want to buy designer labels so that you can show the world that you have status, that you're important. But the bitter irony is twofold. Number one, you can't become wealthy by blowing all your money on status items. Most millionaires are self-made, and studies show that they typically refer to themselves as being frugal. So they're not the ones dropping big money on designer labels. Actually, rich people, I'm talking really wealthy people, for the most part, they don't like to wear designer labels. And even if they buy designer clothes, quite often, they cut the labels off. So in our attempt to show the world that we have status, we're accidentally giving signs that we don't.
One of the nicest, coolest people on the planet, because no one has a bad word to say about that guy, ever. He might be what we should all aspire to be. We should all aspire to be Keanu Reeves. There he is, right there, on the fucking subway, just chilling, and he looks like a totally normal dude. Yeah, well, and people freak out. They're like, is that? No, can't be. People ignore him because he's figured out a way to just sort of
disappear
blend
in plain sight.
And then even if you talk to him, he's just normal. Everybody that I know that's met him said the dude's totally, look at it. He lets his chick sit down, He said, do you want to sit down? Go ahead, boom.
People ask why rich people aren't as happy, and I just think it's because they've upped the bar so far that only the best things satisfy them.
All kinds of wealth, Ed. They can create all kinds of abundance. They can have the cars, the homes, and everything. But if they can't be present to enjoy them, I've sat with billionaires and they've looked me in the eye and said, we're all miserable. We're all miserable. So then, at what point do you have to wait to change? Does it have to be that lowest point? Or can you learn and change in a state of joy and inspiration instead of pain and suffering? People...
If you think a lot of money will make you happy, you never had a lot of money before.
So what do you value now? What's at the top for you to value?
Me, my children, my whole barometer of life. Yeah, the money, I had the best 3 years of my life in prison.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting for you to say that, bro, because you had millions.
I had peace, though.
Over the $30 million for one fight? Jay-Z's lying.
Hey, listen, can I tell you something? That don't mean nothing when you don't have your peace, your stability, and your balance. You don't even want it. You want to give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
You need your sanity to dictate any part of life. Because, God, I always tell people, God punishes you by giving you everything you want. See if you can handle it. All good in the hood.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, listen.
So that happened to me. I crippled a lot of
people. Sometimes I beat these lazy individuals.
Yeah.
I kick them. Get the fuck out of here. You're destroying our industry. Your purpose is to improve it. You have to put something into this industry. You have to make your job to make this a better industry. And if you can't make it better, you're only making it worse. So you gotta go.
Well, man, it's all perception.
And no, it is perception. But for your perception, if people in your world and they don't have no purpose in your world, what the fuck are they doing in your world?
Facts. Oh, I don't got that. Now it's like I'm like, nigga, we talking about that. Right now, it's like, I get when I get there, man. Like,
I used to have so many girlfriends. No, why? Because I know if I gave them money, they would give me pussy. I was just such a sex addict. That was my fucking goal. I was just a dick. That's me, actually a dick.
Oh, you like dipping the stick, huh?
I was just a pig, yeah.
So you gotta dip the stick.
It's where you got guilty. Like you may have fucked somebody you really shouldn't have fucked. That's your friend, or your wife, or your ex-wife. Oh shit! Woo! And it's normal, but it's not normal. You know what I mean? Yeah. The act is normal, but the concept of it is bad.
Yeah. The implications.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Like I tell people this story all the time. Like my little brother got his head ran over by a drunk driver. That was my next door neighbor and a white man, and he ain't serving no jail time. Did that make me hate all white folks in the world? No, it just let me know how the society is. If you rich with connects, shit can happen. You see what I'm saying? Like I watch homeboys trade on each other. I watch business partners slime each other behind their back. Like, this is the life I seen. I went to a church where a pastor fucked somebody's wife. That's me growing up seeing shit.
That's just the world, the way life is. That happened in white neighborhoods. That's just the way
I watched, but I'm just telling you as a kid, I watched two friends, and behind one back, this guy selling that nigga mama crack. Or I watch him go behind his back and sleep with his sister. Like, I seen so much treachery that to the point where it made me not be like, oh, fuck y'all. It made me be like, all right, that's what I'm not going to be. Shit, I'm going to be this. So for me, people would say you could be a product of your environment. That is true. But my mother, when you got parents or a parent or family members that's building your mind, as long as they build a strong mind and make you classy, I promise you, can't shit break you easy. That's the problem. People ain't put confidence in their kids. Like, I thank God my mom put confidence in me because I don't know what I'd be. Watching her accomplish everything, it made me too strong. I'm like, damn, a woman did that? I got it. Like, I'm telling you, I want to bring to the table what a man do. Because I watched what my mama did. I'm like, shit, Mom, I'm about to show you what a man do. Because I ain't see a man help her in her life. So it just built a different kind of animal in me. You see what I'm saying? So one thing about people, if you don't know me, fuck your opinion. I never understand people that get on Instagram and argue with people they don't know.
Yeah, right.
Nigga, fuck your opinion.
That's
I don't
crazy.
care how hard
I don't give a fuck.
Bro, I know you don't know me. I don't give a fuck. Then if you knew me, you should have come right to my face. Like I'm just, man, I'm telling you, I ain't trying to be hard or nothing. I know my purpose. I know it. I'm gonna live it and do it. And the day I feel like talking about it is it. But watching people like Mike, man, I watch as a young nigga. I'm telling you, I can show you my phone go months back. Me and my brother sending his highlights. I'm telling you, I say, hey, Mike is the best person ever in the world to dip it. I don't dipping that shit right into you. Y'all nigga like, what you doing this? But that's just how it is. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know I grew up watching Mike's, Martin Lawrence. My conscience was just different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen so much excellence. Like, this shit, the world today just, I don't know, man. No disrespect to kids and the youth. They give the young too much credit.
Yeah.
They don't let the young live.
Yeah.
In our days, they let us live. It was not about being young, successful. It was like, nigga, live. Like, you can blow that shit at 25 and bounce back into your 30s.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool to be in your 30s.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, what? When I was a kid, I used to like, oh, I can't wait to be. Now, they making it younger.
Yeah.
Like, hell no. Nah. Like, my daughter, everybody, what your daughter doing? What she gonna be? Hey, she 14. Leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Whatever she want to be. If she want to work at Kroger, I'ma support it. Like, hey, let them live. That's it.
No doubt, man.
Facts.
But not nearly like I would have liked. I want him exposed. He is a digital pimp. He's a...
They're so brilliant. They're so chess-like. They have so much knowledge of the Matrix and everything else. But for some reason, they can't tell the behavior of another female and how it correlates to her age.
Very, very low multiplier. You don't want that. You bought this course, you want to make your money back, and you want to continue to make money for a long time. So you want your girls to be elite. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Eventually, the girl, what she would do is she'd say, oh, I don't want to go MC. She'd give a really lame excuse to try and provoke the man to get angry. So she'd say,
they have now a scheme that they're just going to defraud the Tate brothers, and then they're going to enjoy their glamorous European lifestyle. So the story goes on that Gabby and Attila started off by using a private group chat to plot their conspiracy against the Tate brothers upon information and belief at the heart of the conspiracy was the motive to defraud Andrew Tate of 200,000 euros. On April 10th, 2003.
the embassy want me to come back, but I have a headache. That was the one we'd use. And he'd be like, I just sent you $1 million. You promised you were going to come. You said you had to delay. Now you said you have a headache and you won't go to your appointment. To make him mad on purpose, because that would annoy any man. And then, that's what we needed. We needed a little trigger. We go, why are you being aggressive? I'm not being aggressive, but you're not serious, da-da-da. And then we'd say, but you know what? I really like you, and I'm flying to the other side of the world by myself, and now you're being aggressive, and now I'm intimidated. And we'd flip it on him, saying, well, now you're being scary. No, I'm not being scary, but you know, it's your appointment. You're supposed to go, yeah, but I feel sick, and you don't even care. Female, and flip it on him. And he'd get furious, because we were really good at poking him. To the point where you go, like, you're a scammer, you scam me, you're really mad. I can't believe you think I was a scammer. I was gonna come, I went to the embassy, you're a liar. You should avoid, if you're a dishonest person, if you lie, if you're gonna deceive me, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I don't want to have anything to do with you. The guy would get pissed off, right, and leave, stop tipping her, stop coming to her. But for these men, that's the only chick in the world, the only hot chick in the world who talks to him. Maybe it takes a week, maybe it takes 2 weeks, maybe it takes 3 weeks. He's in bed at night, alone, looking at her old videos and pictures, watching her stream again from another account so she can't see it's him, sitting there going, maybe she was gonna come. Maybe I just got too mad when she had a headache. Maybe I should have been a little bit more patient and she would have been my girlfriend. And 100% of the time, in less than 3 months, they'd be back with an apology, a brand new pile of money, and the cycle would repeat. We killed the game.
Basically goes on to say that Dustin Milner had already had depression issues before he ever met her, and that their relationship didn't help the situation. And he eventually killed himself. She was kind of in and out of his house. He was madly in love with her, fell for her in a very short period of time, even though she never actually moved in with him, but would spend small amounts of time at his home, only to then disappear and then reappear at a future point. According to his best friend, her behavior made Dustin angry and depressed and exasperated his already depressive condition.
Millions of dollars a week. And it was not just because I had beautiful girls. It's not because webcam is easy. It's because I am a genius. And I put together an apparatus of genius behind the avatar of beauty. And we conquered the internet. It's all massively hypocritical.
So you're going to tell me that these so-called geniuses have no possible way to tell the psychology of the person that they're dealing with, of the woman that they're dealing with. Yet he understands all the other psychology of men and women. He understands how to extort people. He understands how to create massive amounts of data to flood the internet with money to be the most seen. He understands the algorithms. He understands the computer coding, the bot farming. He understands all of these things, but yet he didn't understand that he was inviting a woman who was going to extort him or try to extort him the exact same way he's extorting other men and training other people to do, and have no ill will or remorse in doing so. I find that fascinating.
He invited her back to the property, and each time that she was invited, she accepted those invitations. They continued to have intercourse up until the time that he departed Miami in December 2021. She initially told Tristan, again, this is a short recording of Tristan, that she came from a wealthy family, but she didn't give many specific details about her family life. Over the course of numerous conversations, she explains that she was interested in growing and monetizing her pre-existing online presence on social media websites such as OnlyFans and TikTok. He had the impression that she was a relaxed woman who was looking to further her online presence through various social media websites, and at some point, Gabby and Tate began talking about Gabby coming to Romania. After his departure to Romania, Gabby and Tate followed up intermittently with each other between December 2000. Text message.
I was gonna try I had like mentalities, and I want to get rid of that first. After I got into like the consultation part of it, I told my parents to leave, and I was like, you know what, like in case I die, like might as well go all the way out. And I asked the surgeon to add like a Brazilian butt lift as well, like just so I can go ahead and add some more fat transfer into my ass. Because if I don't survive this surgery, like I want to look like perfection when I wake up. Is not surviving a surgery a concern for you? Clearly not anymore. Cause like
So let's ask ourselves this: how do we stay in business if we do not influence and promote these things?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, but if you just clip it out, because I never see my age online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, never.
So you're like Mariah Carey, like you won't see your age.
I won't see my age at all ever. Because it kind of ruins like the whole like market.
I'm gonna guess.
Oh my god, you're gonna like offend me. You're gonna...
No.
Saying your age ruins the market. But you want to tell me these brilliant people have no idea how to read another human being?
Another thing I want to talk about is Dubai, the Dubai of it all. I always see you in Dubai, working.
Always working. Hooked up with like all this.
I thought Dubai was like not safe for gay people.
Dubai opens their arms to anyone, except I think not trans people right now. I think they're still like stuck back there, mind-wise.
So when you go there, are you flying yourself there and putting yourself up and then touring there, like having a bunch of guys lined up there, or is someone flying you out there and you're with them the time that you're out there?
No one pays for my shit. I paid for this with my own money. I paid for like all my clothes with my own money. I paid for everything with my own money.
So okay, so you pay for yourself to go to Dubai. You put yourself up and you just go through your DMs and you're like, I'm in Dubai, and the reach out, or what happens?
Well, normally they reach out to me before and just make sure that they're gonna be there when I arrive. Not to toot my own horn, but I don't really need to post that I'm there. Like usually when I go out, it's already like a little marketing scheme. It's just like
So that's what happens in Dubai. Yet